Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
I have to be really careful, you know, with my coffee, white sweat. I have to be careful. Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Vinland Saga Season 1, Episode 13. Like I said, I need to be really careful with this coffee, with my white sweat. Again, warning before beginning all of that. No, I'm not wearing that sweat to send you a message, you know, because I want to talk about, I don't know, sexist comments or stuff like that, even if I can receive some. And racist ones also, you know, judging me because I'm French. Really, I'm seeing some, it's really a few, it's not that much, and it's really occasionally like once each month, something like that, so don't worry about it. But today I'm not wearing that sweat for that reason. Not to send a message also to Vinland Saga, like I have nothing to say about this anime, about that, even if during the previous episode, at some point, you know, together these guys that were talking about the slave woman that they want to buy and stuff like that, to have fun with them. Really, during that moment I was like but I didn't wear it today, decide to wear that shirt for that reason, that sweat for that reason, not at all. It's really just because it's white and I appreciate to wear white. It's because of the fact that it's really comfy, you know, inside really warm and all. And yes, I appreciate that sweat, and that's all. Like I said, just right now, I watched this morning the episode 12. If you want to see my reaction video about it, I'm gonna put the link into the I'm gonna put the link also for the playlist that I made for Vinland Saga, in case you want to watch all of my reaction videos into the chronological order. Maybe I'm gonna put that into the and I'm gonna put also some links for other playlists, for other animes that I'm reacting to, I reacted to, in case you can be interested to watch that kind of videos, that kind of reaction videos, like for Attack on Titan, for Death Note, for Demon Slayer, and animes like that. My Hero Academia, right now I'm reacting to My Hero Academia. Okay, Vinland Saga. I said it in the previous episode, I had the impression that it was a break episode between narrative arcs. It really gave me that vibe, you know, that impression, you know, the calm before the storm, something like that. It was really just for the characters to move a little, to walk a little, to reach wealth. And that was all, you know, to be attacked at the end and to have that cliffhanger, like who is attacking them right now, what is happening truly. But at the same time we conclude the last episode with really everyone, the situation of everyone right now, where they are, and also it really gave me that impression that maybe it was the end of one narrative arc and that we would begin another narrative arc. And then, you know, I checked and I saw that we have 24 episodes for this season 1. That was episode 12 already, yes. Half of the season, so I think that they wrote stuff like that. So now I'm impatient, you know, to discover this new arc, to discover who attacked them like that at the end when they were supposed to be allies. Not all of these Welsh guys are supposed to be friends, allies, you know, maybe some of them, they don't want to bet on the new prince, you know, I mean, the prince, the new future king, the future new king, maybe they don't want to bet on him, and maybe they are right. I'm gonna come back to it a little later during this intro. So maybe in fact just it's guys like that who don't want to bet on that. We'll see. We have Thorkell, we still after them, you know, who just passed the river, so he's gonna come at some point. And we have the king who is so bored and all, like really, I have no respect for that king. And we have also some people still searching for Thorfinn. And I said it, you know, Thorfinn is not searching for a way to come back home. He wants his revenge, he's so focused on that he can't think about the fact that his family miss him, and no matter what, you know, just his family maybe needs him to protect them, to be there for them. Even if Thors told him so into one of his dreams, Thorfinn is not thinking of that. Yes, that Prince Canute, yes, he seems nice and all, sweet and all, but he seems also like someone who has no character, who is just following people because he was ordered to follow them. He's not taking any decisions, he's not speaking for himself, he doesn't have any opinion. He's afraid of Thorfinn also. And clearly, you know me, I think now with all of my reaction videos and all, that's not someone that I can respect. Like, for sure, I can find him sweet and I don't want anything bad to happen to him, but as a character and all, that's not someone that I'm gonna respect, that I'm gonna roll for and anything like that. Someone who really has no opinion, who is just following people, who can't talk for himself. I think that this kid needs to learn about life, and really for me is really the opposite of Thorfinn, who learned a lot about life, you know, and the hard way. Even if I said it, Thorfinn, he grew up, you know, like physically, mentally, but emotionally he's still a kid. But still, he was confronted to a lot of stuff into his life, a lot of bad stuff into his life. And for that, I think that is the total opposite of Canute, who maybe was too protected, like people took decisions for him his entire life and he doesn't know how to live, think by himself, for himself. It could be cool to have just the two of them at some point together. Like, yes, maybe it could be cool. We know that right now Thorfinn has that mission of protecting Canute no matter what. Maybe at some point it's gonna happen. Just the two of them together. We'll see. Remember that when Thorfinn saved Canute, you know, like he managed to reach him and the ragnar and the priest, and he managed to take them to Askelaad and all. I told you, like, him, Thorfinn, appearing like that, saving these people like that and all. I was like, if Canute would have been a woman, you know, like clearly it would have been the beginning of a love relationship, maybe. And I'm still a little thinking of it, like even if we had the confirmation that Canute is a boy and all, I'm still thinking that it can be the beginning of a love relationship between these two. But I'm not sure that Vinland Saga, you know, they can go on that direction. I'm not sure of that. I'm not even sure that Thorfinn at some point, you know, is gonna have a love life. Does he know about that word, about that feeling? I'm not sure. Okay, I'm gonna stop with this intro right now. Let's go for this episode. Remember that if you want to have my Patreon on which you can have these episodes earlier, you can have them with 4 episodes of advance on my Patreon, which means 2 weeks of advance. And you have an extended reaction part or a full reaction part. Extended reaction part are no matter what interesting because I'm not forced to cut a lot. I'm really letting the scene go. I'm not playing with opacity and all. That's things that I'm forced to do for YouTube. And sometimes for big episodes, I prefer to put the full reaction part. So if you guys want these advantages, you have my Patreon for that. And it's the best way to support me, my Patreon. If you want and if you can, it can be truly appreciated, truly useful. I'm a little reactor on YouTube and on Patreon, so you can come to help me, to support me. Let's go for this episode? Let's go! Who are these guys? Hein? Hein? Is it a multiverse? You know, it looked like Thorfinn, but you didn't come back home. For sure you didn't take your mother with you. Yes, you are. Whew! Thorfinn, it means that at some point you're gonna come back home, and soon, in fact. You said that they would help. Yes, you don't want to bet on that prince. Can I say that you have weird hair?
それもいいでしょうが、茶番がやりたいなら少し付き合ってやるのも一興かと。
You're okay to fight?
こちらにおわすお方こそ、デンマーク国王スメン陛下のご子息。これより殿下がその方らにお答えくださる。
He can't, he's... He has really no character, nothing to say, nothing to sing. He's gonna pee on himself. That's gonna be an issue, you know, if he's the future king at some point. He doesn't know anything about these responsibilities. You can?
親子兄弟が相食らう狐の巣だった殿下はその中を生き延びるのにどれほど苦労なさったか。お心を殺し息を殺し目立たぬようにして今日までやってこられたんだ。
That's why it's like that. Better to not say anything, to not get killed, to not afraid of that people. But still, you know, like, things are changing and he needs to change. I'm sorry that you had to survive like that, Prince, but come on. For Askelaad to understand the situation, accept it and change his plan. I understand and my heart is still open, but for Thorfinn, I'm not sure that it's the case. Yeah, you are really the opposite of each other. That's not what he asked. The fact that he presented himself like that, talking about his mom, I think that he might be Welsh. Askelaad. You're sure that it's from Denmark? Or maybe just his mom? Ah! That's it. Knew it, felt it.
貴殿がアルトリウス公の子孫だと。
Oh!
516年、新興著しいサクソン人、後のイングランド人の軍勢、ブリタニアに平和をもたらした。後世に語り継がれ。
The fact that she has that blood, you know, that place, you know, that one of my theories is the fact that maybe at some point he was a soldier for Thors. But with all of that story around him, Thors should have known, you know, about Askelaad, and Thors never recognized him. It was you! It's not Thorfinn in the future, it's you! I mean, it was you. Are you really interested by that, Askelaad? All of this political stuff? We know that he has only his own interests, you know, on mind. You're wrong to think like that, you know, about the blood, about his heritage. None of that is important for Askelaad, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. If I understood correctly, you know, his character, the story was, the good one, you know, was right, but the plan was a lie. Because they trust him. Something that you can't understand right now, because no one has respect for you. It's really the beginning of a love relationship between the two of you, since the beginning, since you met. Ragnar? They're so surprised that they are stopping, you know, like... Yes, everyone was listening. Yeah. Really, from enemies to lovers. Potential fanfic that you can write right there. Don't be mad at me. I'm making fun of the situation, you know. I think that is helping him in his own weird way. You signed it? Says the guy who is not walking or doing anything, you know. From thorkell? Bjorn really trusts you. Blindly. Okay. Okay, the ending credit. I can watch it normally without any spoilers. I love it! It's more my vibe, you know, like... Cool! Okay, so I was right. It's a new narrative arc. Second half of the season, we had 12 episodes, we have 12 more episodes to finish the season 1. They really made the break, you know, I can feel it. I don't know how it was when it was out, you know, for the first time, Vinland Saga, but it feels like maybe they made the break, a real one. I mean, between the 2 halves of the season, maybe you had some weeks, some months to wait between them. It feels like it. I said it end of the episode 12, the fact that they summarized everyone's position and all. I was like, okay, we're gonna begin something new, and I was right. We had a new opening credit, a new ending credit, and a new narrative arc. A big one, which is gonna be a lot about Askelaad, and I'm glad. I think that you know how much I appreciate this character since we met him. I said it at some point, I was a little ashamed of appreciating him that much, because he's fun, he's cool, he's interesting also, he's deeper than you can think, you know, at first, and his relationship with Thorfinn also can go deeper, can be so cool to analyze, to build and all. I felt it, and turned out that I was right to feel it like that, because it was what happened. Their relationship is getting deeper. For sure, Thorfinn still wants his revenge, and just right there, he confirmed again, you know, to Ragnar, I'm not working for him, he's my enemy. Okay, but still, you're beginning to understand Askelaad, how he's functioning, the fact that his men trust him that much, even Bjorn, you know, maybe had some doubts, like Bjorn followed him no matter what blindly, but we saw that he had maybe a little hesitation, at least a little doubt about Askelaad's real intentions. And the writers are telling us that we should ask ourselves the questions, you know, the viewers, about Askelaad's real intentions, because we had that reveal about his origins. First, really, the introduction scene, I was convinced that it was Thorfinn, and you know, the fact that it looked like Thorfinn but a little older, the fact that this kid was saying, it's my mom, I want for her to die in her country and all. We know that Thorfinn's mom has bad health, so I was like, maybe soon he's gonna come back home and he's gonna take his mother, and we know that his mother is from that place because she's a daughter of the leader of the army, at least during that period of time when Thors was into the army. So I was really like, that's it, it's Thorfinn and his mom. So to discover that it was in fact Askelaad with his mom, that was a surprise. That was not a surprise to understand that Askelaad has some Welsh blood, because of the fact that during the previous episode, the fact that he presented himself mentioning his mother's name, I told you, it's suspicious, something is weird, something is going on. I don't know what, but something is going on, and for these Welsh guys to accept to go with him and all, I was like, something is going on. I don't know what yet, but something. So I was not surprised to learn that his mother was Welsh. So he's a mix, you know, of blood and all. And he's saying to this Welsh guy, I'm on your side, I'm doing all of that for Wales, you know, at the end, to be respected and all. I'm gonna have a high position, so I'm gonna be able to help you. That's what I want. I hate Danes. I don't think at all that was true. Like, all of his story about his background and all, I think that it was true. But all of that thing, you know, about what he could do, no. Because Askelaad is not doing stuff for political reasons, for defending his country, for, you know, patriotic things, reasons and all, not at all. He's only thinking about his own interest since we met him. And if I'm right about what I read into that character since we met him, I think that yes, he's gonna do everything for his own interest, and he's gonna do also everything for his men, because if he respects someone, you know, it's really his men, because they respect him and they trust him. And they trust him that much because Askelaad never gave them a reason to have some doubts about him, and Askelaad always proved them that they were right to follow him, you know, like that they could trust each other that much. So really, I can't imagine not even a minute that Askelaad during all of this time was lying to his own men, is gonna trick them right there, you know, hate Danes and stuff like that. And no matter what, again, he has his own interest on mind, and he really doesn't care about the political situation or nothing like that. But his story was true and he used it well during that situation, because no matter what, he needed to travel, you know, into this country, and he managed, this country, during that period of time, these kingdoms, and because of that, he managed to do it. Not as fast as Ragnar would want to, but still, Ragnar is really not doing anything. The only thing that he's doing, in fact, it's taking the defense of the prince, and that was great. Because of that, we learned about his background, Canute's background, and the fact that if he's so silent, you know, if he's not taking any decisions by himself, if he's not taking his responsibility as a prince, if he has really no character and he's just following people, and you know, all of the things that I talked about in the intro, and the fact that because of that I was like, okay, you're sweet, you're nice, but you're not that interesting as a character, and even more for being the future prince. Right there we understood that it was a lot because he needed to protect himself. He knows that into that Game of Thrones, if you're talking, you know, louder than someone else, if you're expressing too much your opinion, you can be killed by someone else, and he needed to play like he's silent, he's dumb, he's too nice and all to not get eaten, to not get killed. That's what Ragnar said. What he said him, you know, Canute, during that little fight with Thorfinn, it was a confirmation of it. I don't know if Thorfinn, you know, he made it on purpose to play with Canute like that, to make him talk. I had that impression, and at the same time I'm like, or maybe it was just Thorfinn being Thorfinn, and you know, the kid doesn't care at all about acting polite or acting nice. His attitude each time is so fun. We still have Thorkell who is after them right now. We didn't have that again during this episode, but I think that we have to understand that he's still after them. That's gonna be really a cool narrative arc, to have all of this information about Askelaad, to see if the plan that he made with these guys is gonna function, and then if his own plan that he made to trick these guys with that plan is gonna function. Do you understand what I mean? I really think that it's gonna happen like that. Cool, really cool. And really big surprise for me to understand that it was not Thorfinn at the beginning, but really Askelaad. Really. Okay, I'm gonna stop with this review and with this little session of binge watching for Vinland Saga. 2 episodes today, that was already cool, that was already great. Remember that if you want to have my Patreon, if you want the full reaction part for this video, you know, I was thinking, yes, I think that I'm gonna put the full reaction part for this episode. If you want it, you have it on my Patreon with full opacity and everything. And if you want my reactions and my thoughts about the 4 next episodes, you have them also already on my Patreon. No matter what, it's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.